Well, hello there, random person on the internet who's probably wondering, how are you supposed to win with Fibblethip, or
what the hell is even that?
Well, good news, because we're gonna answer both of these questions in this video. The first time we ever get to see Fibblethip was back in 2013, totally lost in the streets of Ravnica. Fibblethip had always hated crowds. For half a decade, that's the only thing Magic players knew about him. Just a poor little fella totally lost in the streets of Ravnica. 6 years later, in our return to the plane, we see a humongulus searching for him in the streets. Turns out, he's still totally lost. Wait, how did he get up there though? That thing is like huge. Well, I guess all we know is that it was at least better than that week at the jury review, which sounds like some Rakdos. Oh, yep, there he is, enjoying some of that classic Rakdos entertainment. And then in the chaos and calamity of the War of the Spark, we finally find him, Fibblethip the Lost. It draws cards, I guess. It's just a 2-mana 1/1 that draws a card when it enters the battlefield, 2 cards when it entered from your library, and shuffles itself back into the deck when it becomes the target of a spell. Oh, and his name is actually Fibblethip, just like Cindersplit, Micklethip, and Yitzhakip. Homunculi just don't like vowels. But if you like homunculi, you can get them at cardkingdom.com, which coincidentally is also the sponsor of this video. Oh, and they even got an old border Fibblethip. Goddamn, that's beautiful. Check him out, link is in the description down below. Now let's find out how we are going to win with Fibblethip. Well, here's the deck list and you can check out my article for deck tech, but let's jump right into the action. We are on the play with a mulligan. Let's just put that mysterious card here on the bottom where it belongs for now. Nothing to see here. Shock in a breeding pool, play a Llanowar Elf, pass the turn. Opponent plays a land, Llanowar Elf. I mean, what can I say? That's a pretty good turn 1. Oh, we draw a land, perfect, play it. Play a Zuza, which allows us to make 2 additional land drops each turn, so let's play this Fable Passage, pass the turn. Opponent, another forest, and an Elvish Archdruid. That's frightening. Crack the Fable Passage for a forest. Draw another passage, sweet, so we can play Nissa here, which will make all our forests tap for an additional green mana. And we can also plus it to untap and animate our lands into 3/3 elementals with Vigilance, so let's swing in for 3, pass the turn. Opponent, land, Elvish Warmaster, so they'll create an army of elves here, and a Beast Whisperer, so whenever they cast a creature spell, they'll draw a card, create an elf token, pass the turn. We draw land, play Tatyova, so whenever land enters the battlefield under our control, we gain a life, draw a card, play a land, gain a life, draw a card. Oh, alright, and it's Kamal's Druidic Vow. So look at the top X cards of your library. You may put any number of lands and or legendary permanent cards with converted mana cost X or less from among them onto the battlefield and the rest into the graveyard. Now that's a spell that I would prefer to cast with a lot more mana, and we are almost completely tapped out here, but our opponent going a bit crazy with the elves there, so I worry that we're just dead next turn. So we just gotta go for it here, use Nissa to untap a land, tap all the mana we have, Kamal's Druidic Vow, X equals 5, let's see what we get.
Hey, that's pretty good.
Another Tatyova, a Fibblethip, land, put it all on the battlefield, Legend Rule Tatyova, but both of them will trigger off these lands, so draw 6 cards with Tatyova, gain 6 life, and draw 2 cards of Fibblethip because it entered from a library. Azusa will allow us to make 2 additional land drops, so play a forest, gain a life, draw a card, play another forest, gain a life, draw a card. Play a Tamiyo, which we could minus to get Kamal's Druidic Vow out of our graveyard, but let's just do that next turn and try to stay alive for now. Plus Tamiyo, choose a card name, then reveal the top 4 cards of your library and put every card with that name into your hand, the rest into the graveyard. So let's say we really want a Haze of Pollen here. Oh, and there it is. Wow. Okay, sometimes you just gotta get lucky. Haze of Pollen will prevent all combat damage dealt this turn, so no matter what crazy Kratos shenanigans they're up to next turn, they're just gonna deal no damage. So play Llanowar Elf, pass the turn. Opponent probably gonna have a pretty wild turn here, but you know, it just won't matter. But let's see what they do. Another Beast Whisperer, sure, draws a card, creates an elf. this Archdruid will tap for 7 mana here. Great hand, so even more value. Llanowar Elf, draw 2 cards, enters the battlefield, draw another card, plays a land. Fierce Empath, okay, draws 2 cards and probably getting... Yep, there it is, there's the Hoof Daddy. Doesn't matter though, but what's going on in this match? It's turn 4, both players completely nut drawing against each other. Good thing we were on the play, so let's try and finish this and find out which mysterious card we mulligan to the bottom. Play a land, gain a life, draw a card, tap mana for another Kamal's Riddick Vow, which we should probably get back first, minus Tamio. Tap all our mana. How about X equals 21? And there it is. The mysterious card was a J, so when we draw a card, if we don't have cards in our library, we win the game. Seems pretty neat. We also get 6 cards left in our library. Here comes the triggers. And there it is. Fibblethip wins the game. Wait, what do you mean we could have used any card draw effect for this? Are you implying that Fibblethip isn't the star of the show here? Do you see that medal? Now you explain to me how he got that gold medal if he didn't just win that game. You go in the comments and apologize. I can't believe this. Pro tip! If you ever find yourself in a situation where you just need to mill your entire library to win the game and have all the pieces to do that already, you can use Tamio's plus ability for the ultimate disrespect.
お前はもう死んでいる。何？
And that is it for this video. If you like this kind of content, check out my playlist. Oh, I forgot to ask in this video. I mean, if you watched this far, you probably already did, but please tap that like button. It really helps out. Subscribe to the channel, and I will see you in the next one.